Meditation's coming. Just got to check a few things just to make sure I'm in the right place. I'm multi-streaming on a few different platforms, and I just need to check that it's all good. So if you could just bear with me for one sec. Instagram, I'm off. Let's see, which way am I? I think I'm this way. Let's go this way. See if that's better. Okay, nearly there. Oh yeah, no, it went the wrong way. All right, nearly there. Meditation's coming. Bear with me. Okay. All right. How are you? You good? You well? All going well today? I hope it is. It's all right if it's not, of course. But yeah, I hope it is. All right, time for a bit of meditation. This is part of the Further Emergence work. I do these daily meditations. I'll explain a bit about Further Emergence when we're finished the meditation. It's not a class, it's just a chance to meditate together. So if you're used to meditating, that's brilliant. If you could just hang on for a minute while I explain what I do, just for the benefit of people who are new to meditation, because meditation is one of those things where people feel embarrassed if they don't know how to do it. I'm basing that on what people have said to me, because people, sort of go, what do you actually do? So there's lots of different styles of meditation. This is just what I do. For me, it starts with why I would meditate. I want to connect with the part of me that I connect to every night when I go asleep. Not the dreaming bit, the bit after dreaming. So I'm dreaming and then I drop out the bottom of dreaming into deep dreamless sleep. And that's the bit I'm interested in, because I've no memory of being there. I've got no thoughts when I'm there. I've got no body, no country, no stories, no nothing. I stop existing, really, certainly in the way that I normally register and I'm here. And when I put it like that, that sounds awful. That sounds like death. Yet I love going to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, I feel refreshed. So some part of me knows that that's a good place. And that's where I want to go to in my meditation. I just want to do it consciously. So straight away, if you're new to meditation, don't try and do this lying down because you'll fall asleep. And if you don't fall asleep, you'll battle sleep. Both of which are just not the point, So yeah, just sit up. You can sit in the lotus position if you're comfortable. I'm just sitting on a chair. If you're going to sit in a chair, that's great. Don't sit on a really comfortable chair that you might fall asleep in, though. So yes, a somewhat uncomfortable chair. So as I said, there's no thoughts in this place, so I have to figure out a way to work it out with my mind. Meaning I have to get beyond my mind, or part the curtains of my mind to get to this place. So I make an arrangement with my mind. I just say, look, I'm going to meditate for 15 minutes. Can you just stop thinking for the next 15 minutes, please? Now, at this stage, my mind is pretty on board with the idea. So it just goes, okay. If you've experienced resistance with that, you may want to read a bit more about meditation. So give your mind stuff that it can kind of get its teeth into, some concepts, some ideas, that kind of thing. And then it'll be more on board for it. Because my mind kind of has to wait outside the door, if you like, while I go into this place. So to stop thinking is relatively easy, because regardless of what I'm thinking about, the structure of my thoughts are pictures and sound. So if I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, that's it, I'm not thinking. And as soon as I do that, I'm into the practice of meditation. And the practice of meditation goes along with the intention of meditation. The two of them kind of go along together. So the intention of my meditation is to go to this deep, mysterious, calm, still, all the words you read about meditation, Zen-like. And that the practice of meditation starts as soon as I turn off my thoughts, as soon as I stop thinking. And it kind of goes like, I'll turn off the pictures, I'll turn off the sound, I'll stop thinking. Then a little bit of time will pass and I'll discover that I'm thinking again. I'll go, I'm thinking. So I'll turn off the pictures and I'll turn off the sound again. Then a little bit of time passes and I discover I'm thinking again. So turn off the pictures, turn off the sound. Then a little bit of time passes and I discover I'm thinking again. Turn off the pictures, turn off the sound, and so on. Just repeatedly bringing my mind back to not thinking. And I sort of highlight that because it's quite easy for people to get the wrong idea about meditation. And again, I'm basing that on people saying to me, no, I tried meditation. yeah, not really my thing. I was thinking a lot. I think I've got a very busy mind. Yeah, it's not for me, which is a shame because no one's mind is any busier than anybody else's, as far as I can see. And it comes from this idea that, oh, in order to be doing meditation correctly, your mind is like, if your mind is like a lake, there shouldn't be a ripple of thought on it. It should be just completely, in this beautiful, calm place. And in practice, that's not the way it goes at all. It kind of waves between the two. Sometimes you're very still, very deep. Other times you're thinking. And both sides are quite powerful. When you go into that still kind of place I was talking about, that's very powerful. But every time you discover that you're thinking and you bring yourself back to not thinking, that's very powerful as well. Because regardless of what you're thinking about, and that's usually very personal thoughts, very, to do with yourself and what's going on. When you discover that you're thinking and you go, oh, I'm thinking, I better stop, just turn off the pictures, turn off the sound. Indirectly, you're saying to yourself, that thought that you were having an instant ago, the one that you were really invested in and you thought was you? Well, you just got rid of that. You just erased that. So you're not that thought. In fact, you're not any of your thoughts. You're something else. That's very powerful. And the fact you do that repeatedly, that's very powerful as well. So if you find you're thinking and you think you're thinking a lot, that's fine. You're doing grand. Don't add to your thinking by thinking that you're not doing such a good job at meditation. So that's the thinking side of it. There's also the body side of it. Because I have my eyes closed, my appreciation for the sensation in my body increases. And I'm letting go of tension in my body. And I have a system for that because it's too vague without a system for me anyway. So I scan my body from my head down to my feet and back up again. And anywhere I find tension, I let it go. And I use my out breath to let it go. Because it's kind of natural to just breathe it away. But then also, it's a good way to remember to breathe because, surprisingly, it's quite easy to forget to breathe or hold your breath in meditation. So, using the out-breath is good for that. And the other thing is, when I'm scanning my body up and down, I'm paying particular attention to any areas in my body any structures that go across my body. Mostly my body runs head to feet. But anywhere that goes across has a tendency to accumulate tension. I kind of think of it like a log going across a stream. It picks up the twigs and the branches and all that kind of stuff. So I'm paying particular attention to my eyes, my jaw, my tongue, base of my neck, my shoulder girdle, all my joints, because they're all transverse heights as well. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, my heart area. There's a lot of transverse going on there. My respiratory diaphragm, all my intestines, my hips, my knees, my ankles, and my feet, my toes. What else? Yeah, if you're starting meditations, this is new for you. Nice quiet room, really helpful, where you're not going to be disturbed, because little noises trigger thoughts. And your hearing amplifies as soon as you close your eyes. So yeah, the quieter the room, the better, just when you're starting off. I set a timer for how long I'm going to meditate for. That's just to help my mind have one less thing to think about. I am going to set my timer for 15 minutes. If you're new to meditation, I'd encourage you to set yours for shorter. Set it for 5 minutes maybe, and then just repeat that 3 times. Okay, so off we go into the mystery. Alright, so if you feel like you've gone very deeply into yourself and you need to take a bit of time to come back from there before you open your eyes, then do that. Or if you feel like you can hold the inner space and the outer space at the same time, then just open your eyes. And if you do that and you feel like you've lost it, then you can just close your eyes again and go, oh, there's the inner space, and open your eyes and close your eyes and just go back and forth. So you know, until you can feel like you can hold the two. So as I said at the beginning, this is part of the further emergence work I do. Further emergence is to do with growth, inner growth, and particularly when that inner growth accelerates fast. So, like, our bodies grow, you know, and they stop growing when we're an adult. But when we're sort of a teenager or a child, we go through growth spurts. Well, we continue growing on the inside in consciousness, and, you know, or you could say spiritual growth or consciousness growth or awareness, or, you know, that kind of thing. And that can go through growth spurts as well. And there's a lot of it going on at the moment because there's just a general acceleration going on. So yeah, that's the work that's what further emergence is about. So these meditations are part of it. They're, you know, most days, and they sort of help to connect with your inner landscape, and so that helps with the further emergence process. I also do Zoom groups. I do a Zoom group every Friday. And that's to help with the feeling of aloneness, because often when people are going through further emergence, they can feel quite alone with it, because one of the characteristics can be disorientation, where people say things like, oh, I woke up one day and my life just didn't fit me anymore, or it just looked completely different, or I just felt really alienated from it. And I didn't seem to, you know, anyone I tried to talk to about it, they didn't understand what I was talking about. It can be like that. Or it can be physical symptoms. People can have, you know, pretty intense physical symptoms that they've tried to get an answer to and haven't been able to, but they still kind of persist, and they have the kind of quality of putting a pause on the person's life, like they're trying to get their attention about something. That's another way it can go. And there's lots of other ways that it, you know, further emergence can kind of manifest, but it can feel a bit lonely. So the further emergence group is a chance to, you know, we meditate a bit more in more depth, and you can get a sense of, oh, I'm not the only one going through this, and, you know, there's some questions and answers, and I put most of them in the different feeds, like the further emergence. There's a further emergence Instagram account, further emergence Facebook page, further emergence YouTube channel. So, you know, the Zoom groups are there. If, you know, that's of interest to you. And so if any of this resonates, you know, you can kind of follow along on the different, whatever channel, your channel of choice, or you can go to the Further Emergence website. Oh yeah, I work with people one-to-one as well during the week. And it's all part of the same kind of thing. So yeah, furtheremergence.com, if that sort of resonates with you. Thanks very much for meditating with me, and see you tomorrow for some more meditation. Bye.